Ay, ay, ay. Jesus, help us all. Lord, help us all. Christ, help us all. What is really going on here? I'm tired. Hey, what's up, you guys? Hey, hi, how are ya? It's Stephanie Stallworth, ATL Traffic Lady. You're watching How We Float Out Today TV on a whatever day today is, Wednesday, September 4th, 2024. And what on earth is happening around here? This video is called Stand Up. Stand up for Jesus today. Stand up, stand up, stand up for Jesus today. Stand up and be glad you're a Christian. You know that old kids' Mother Goose gospel song. Stand up for Jesus today. What are you doing? Stop sitting down on this thing. Stand up and be glad you're a Christian. Silence is not golden. Release the toxic connection before it's too late with the witchy, snitchy, switchy, itchy people, right? Person. The fake, phony person. The haters and the traitors and the copycats. The mimickers, shapeshifters, jealous ones, right? Jezebel spirits. Come on now. Destiny swappers. You gotta let that thing go. I don't know what you're doing. You're still going round and round with it. Dark and devious individuals surrounding you. Inside that wall, they built a huge wall around you, and they're inside, so you cannot have any one-on-one communication face-to-face with your person through any typical 3D channel. No phone, no text, no social media, no email, no snail mail, no signals, smoke signals, no whatever other way you can communicate. Nothing. They want to try to block the whole thing because they know once you have a one-on-one with your person, it's a wrap again. At any cost, they will stop it, try to stop it, but they cannot stop it. Even identity theft. Identity fraud. You know? They got others they're dealing with on the side, other third parties in the thing, even while they're supposed to be rocking with you. It's just a mess, right? Just a whole entire mess. Got them all lined up. Just waiting there or working with them and doing stuff with them until, the top blows off of this thing with you, because it's about to blow off. They botched the plans they got are botched. They can't win. Weapons forming, but they're not going to prosper. They cannot win, and they know it. But they still trying. I don't know why, though. That just sounds goofy as can be to me. And for you, God always provides a way of escape. Ram in the bush, but you won't take it. You won't take it. You won't take it. Your ship's about to run aground. Keep going on their thorn-covered path. Start walking up the King's Highway instead. Stop playing around with this thing. This is some serious stuff. And it's to your detriment and your downfall. And the longer you stay caught in it, tied with the energy, in the illusion, under their spell or energy or whatever, their control, whatever you want to call it, the more chances there are that you miss your destiny. That's it. That's all. That's all. I'm just saying. Silence is not gold. You need to say something. If you love me, won't you say something? What's that song? Daniel Caesar, I think. You're the best part. You're missing the best part. Because you keep laying up there with them people. Or that person, whoever. What is really going on? What is going on with ya? Yep, they've done it all. Everything they can do to stop it. And the only one stopping it is you. They can't stop it, but you can stop it if you refuse to do what you're supposed to do and cut that whole thing off. Maybe you're planning to. I have no idea. Because silence is not golden. You need to tell your person, like, hey, I know I'm not out there yet, but this is what I'm working on. Because silence is not golden. No response is a response. And so whoever's outside of any response from you thinks you ain't doing jack sprat, could eat no fat. His wife could eat no lean. So between the two of them, they lick the platter clean. You understand me? You got to say something. What are we doing around here? I know y'all know how to talk over there. What y'all do for a living. But let's call a thing a thing. Let God be God and shut the whole thing down. You're going to keep on going for a little while longer till you got to have that little thing y'all got to have and conversation and people talking to you and asking you questions and crap. And what is that for? What is the purpose of that? You're just dragging it on. You need to shut that thing down before that day ever occurs. It's only a couple weeks away. Because then you're going to go ask and answer questions, and it's going to supposed to be look like things are still so whatever they are, and they're really not. And then you're going to make a change, and then how's it going to look? Not that you care how it looks, but what is the purpose? What is the purpose? Did you agree to do that, or did they just prop it up and say, "Oh, this is what we're doing," and now you feel like you're stuck to do it? You don't have to do that. Again, I told you who's in charge over there. It's not them. That's for doggone sure. And stop letting them act like they're in charge. They're not in charge of that place. They're not in charge of you. And they're not in charge of your life and your choices and your decisions. You're in charge of that. And then God's in charge of you. And if God is your creator, let God be God and tell you what it is that he has planned for you. And then you comply. Whatever God has planned for me, I want it. Tell God, whatever you got planned for me, Lord, give it to me. I'm ready. I let go of the reins. Not in charge of it. I'm letting God take charge of the whole thing. And then it'll be like riding on a bed of roses, baby. You ride in the Rose Bowl parade in Pasadena, California. It's just beauty all around you. None of that dark, nasty energy. The fake copycats. Good grief. This is what happens when I got to work 18 hours in one day. My destiny's not ready to step up yet. So I worked 18 hours yesterday. 3 hours of sleep last night. Already worked today traffic. Tomorrow I got to work 18 more hours. And you know, why? But why though? Why though? Because people aren't doing what they're supposed to do. So if all the things are not in place as God has lined them up, then the timeline is off. The timeline is off because people aren't doing what they're supposed to do. We could have been past this part of the timeline, but now we're just still stuck here. I'm not going to be stuck because God going to find me a new timeline person because what am I supposed to do? Just sit here, sit and spin? I'm not sitting and spinning. And so it's time for, you to stand up for Jesus today. Just break out of the thing. Like you escaping the hounds of hell because you are. You act like it's urgent. It's an urgent matter. It's a serious matter because it is. I'm not even fussing, but I'm just tired. It's because I'm tired. So I don't mean to sound all gruff and rough. Sorry. Love, hugs, pats, all of that. I'll be on one when I got to work 18 hours a day, twice a week. Because people aren't stepping up to do what they're supposed to do. I'm not supposed to be still stuck in this pattern. Come on now. Show up. Say something. Do something. You making your person get punished for your lack of movement. Your lack of trust in God. I'm out here trusting God all the way. And I know it's still going to happen, but by golly, if you would trust him faster, then hey, we could be somewhere by now. We got people to help. We got destinies to help, enhance in people's lives. And you sitting here dragging your feet and scuffing your shoes. Please stop that thing. Jane, stop this crazy thing. I had a video I did earlier on HowWeFlow.Today-TV called Jane, Stop This Crazy Thing. You know the Jetsons, George Jetson out there on that doggone treadmill in the middle of outer space. And that dog Astro, so you got dog Astro over there in your camp, speeding up the treadmill so you can't get off that thing. You calling Jane, stop this crazy thing, but you let Astro in there first. You got to get Astro out of there, man. We're not doing that. Come on now. It's enough already, right? It's enough already. I'm saying. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up for Jesus today. Stand up and be glad you're a Christian. Come on now. I know you got it in you. I know you see the way. I know you're ready. But these people, the longer you got them around you, the more they're going to inject doubt, pressure, bullying, coercion. Shall I pull the, man, I'm going to pull this power and control wheel up because I guess y'all need to see that because people are not understanding what I'm saying. Do you understand the words that's coming out of my mouth? What is going on, Chris Tucker? Whatever that movie was called. What was that movie called? I forgot the name of the movie that Chris Tucker was in. With that other guy. You know, my stomach's growling. I am hungry. and I'm also on one because I had a whole week of vacation. Let's see, 5, 6, 7. I had 10 days off. And all 10 days, the air conditioning wasn't working in the house. Can you imagine that? It took them that long to get the thing together. So I'm coming off a hot 10 days, come back to 18-hour days, and my destiny is still not pulled where it should be on the timeline. Yeah, I guess I am on one today. What is going on? When are you going to wake up and do the dog all night? Stop it already. It's unnecessary suffering over here. People won't do what they got to do. Golly, if you don't want it, just tell God and tell your person, I don't want that thing. Leave me alone. And sure enough, I will go live my life. And your person, you can go live your life. But I'm just saying, like, really, this is enough for me. This young lady here has had more than enough. More than enough. More than enough and not in a good way, right? I have more than enough. I always say I have everything I need because I do. But I have more than enough of this scenario here. Because if you said anything to your person, they ain't get no notification. So as far as I know, you ain't said nothing. As far as your person knows, you ain't said a doggone thing. And if you haven't, cool. Just say, listen, I'm not here to do that God's will thing. I'm here to do this other thing that I want to do. I'm locked into this other thing because I made some agreements I shouldn't have made, but here now I'm stuck in the dark place. Stuck in the sunken place with the sunken people that ain't never going to amount to anything great in your life. It's going to suck you dry even more. Right? And so you literally don't have to do that. And I know you know. And I know you got some long game in you. So maybe you playing a long game and you getting that thing figured out. But let me tell you something. It's time to stand up for Jesus today. All right? I don't know what you're doing today. I don't know what you're trying to do today. But you're going to need to stand up for Jesus today, honey. Stand up and be glad you're a Christian. Stand up and do that thing because enough is enough. I am so serious. You know? I'm going to say, Lord, let this dragging out end right now. I don't want to drag out no more. You know, when you're so close, it's such a shame, you know? Be so close to doing what you're supposed to do and then you get turned around and don't do it. Or maybe you are, but you better tell your person something before they walk in the opposite direction to someone else who's waiting for them. You know what I mean? Like, stop playing around with it and with what God has for you. It's just, it doesn't make sense to me, but that's just to me. I'm not anybody else. I don't have the frame of reference as anybody else. I don't have the mindset of anybody else. But I believe God for big and great, amazing things. Much like Dr. Brian, you talked about that on the Bible study last night. You know, you come from whatever your background is, and that's the only level of dreams that you got. I don't come from no small background of small dreams. I dream big from background is different. And anything is possible, and it's all divinely set to happen. Now, if you decide not to do your part in that divine thing, then, so be it. That's what it is. But, it's like you punishing your person because of what else is going on around you. Yet you're rewarding the people that are trying to thwart you and thwart your destiny by staying around them and with them. I don't really understand that. But perhaps it's not for me to understand. I'll understand it better by and by. You dig around, Sky. So, listen, Linda, I don't even know what to say. Let's talk about the power and control wheel, shall we? Power and control wheel. Let's see if I can make this bigger. Put it up here. All right, I think you can see it a little bit bigger now. Power and control wheel. Is any of this happening to you in your household or your relationship? This is about domestic abuse. Okay. This is written for women who are being abused by men, but if it says him, say her. If it says her, say him. If you're a man being abused by a female. Okay. Using coercion and threats. Do they make and or carry out threats to do something to hurt you? Do they threaten to leave you, to hurt themselves, to report you to authorities for stuff, make you drop charges that you want to file against them for doing something against you, make you do illegal things? Do they do any of that? Do they use intimidation by giving you a look across the thing? Actions that they do, gestures, say, put them arms down, smashing things around the house, destroying your property, abusing pets, hitting you, displaying weapons if they have any. Do they use emotional abuse tactics? This is all domestic violence. This is for everybody who's watching. Do you do these things to people, or is anyone doing these to you? This is to raise awareness so that you understand what goes on out here, because people normalize this stuff and it is not healthy. Okay. It's not healthy. Do they put you down? Do they make you feel bad about yourself? Do they call you names? Do they make you think you're crazy, doing some gaslighting, play mind games with you, humiliating you? Put your arms down. Make you feel guilty. Oh, you should do this for me, blah, blah, blah. Come on now. Unnecessary. That's using emotional abuse. It's emotional abuse. Do they isolate you? Have they isolate you from people and your friends and family, controlling what you do, who you see and talk to? That's what I'm talking about. Built the wall to control who you talk to, who you see, right? What you read, where you go, limit your outside involvement, using jealousy to justify the actions. I just get so jealous when you do whatever. That's using isolation. This is abuse. It's not some minor thing. It's a major thing. It is. So did they say, oh, we can only have friends that I already know, friends that we have together, not any of your friends. I don't want to go around your family because they'll be on your side if something happens. So we're going to go around people that I know. That's controlling, isolating you. They won't even let you talk to your person. Person can't text, email, call, social media. They blocked your person off everything, right? What is that about? That's using isolation and it's abuse. You're going to accept the abuse? You don't need to accept the abuse. You need to realize what it is and then act accordingly. Are they minimizing, denying, and blaming, making light of the things that they do abusively? They smack you somewhere because, women think they can hit men. You can't. Smack you because they mad. Oh, so-and-so, what you say about my such and such? If that's public, I know what's private. I live this life. I already know it. So I always tell y'all this. I'm not just talking. I know what this looks like, and I know what it feels like, and I know what it feels like to be trapped in it. So I'm trying to help you if you're trapped in this situation, whether you're male or female, because women abuse men also. Are they making light of the abuse that they do? Not taking your concerns about it seriously, saying, oh, that didn't happen. I didn't do that. Shifting responsibility for the abusive behavior or saying that you caused it. You made me do it. My ex-husband grabbed me one time and hurt me. And the next day we got to go up to the school and be a united front to, advocate for our son at school and his, his curriculum and stuff. And so we got to go in there, and I'm like, you hurt my arm or whatever. I forget what it was. You hurt my whatever. What do you mean? When you grabbed me, you did so and so. Oh, well, I said, what are you going to say? Nothing. What do you want me to say? I said, I want you to say sorry. And he said, sorry you got hurt. And what is that? Making light of the abuse, not taking my concerns seriously, saying the abuse didn't happen, or what they did there, shifting responsibility for the behavior. I'm sorry you got hurt, they said to me. Not, I'm sorry I hurt you. You understand? You need to be looking at these things. And I'm concerned for you, the person I'm talking to here, that maybe some of this goes on. Or it's going to go on, or it's going on in the past. Using children, if you have kids with the person, make you feel guilty about the kids. Using the kids to tell messages back and forth, like if you're in separation or you're divorced or something, or you're just unmarried as parents, you don't live together. Using visitation to harass the person, threatening to take the kids away. I've seen all this. I lived all of this, okay? I know about this. This says using male privilege. You could say using female privilege also if it's male who's being abused. Treating you like a servant. Are they making all the big decisions? Oh, we'll do this and we'll do that. Acting like they're the boss of everything, that they're the master of the castle. And I don't just mean men to women. I mean women to men. I'm talking about women right now. Being the one to define the roles in the house and who's going to do what, and telling you, do this, do that. Oh, go get me so-and-so. You're just as tired as they are. You would. But they just expect you to do stuff instead of just appreciating when you do it. It's a difference in how you treat people, right? Are they using economic abuse, preventing you from getting or keeping a job, making you ask for money, giving you an allowance, taking your money, not letting you know about or have access to family income, taking your money? Oh, you made that much money for that appearance? Okay, great. For that job? Great. I'll take that. I need to go shopping. It's economic abuse. Using coercion and threats is the last part of the wheel. Making and or carrying out threats to do something to hurt you. What happens at the house? You see what happens out in public. But what happens at the house? What happens at the house is way worse than what happens in public. If they're willing to go so far in public, you better believe at the house it's worse. And people will not believe that person is capable of that behavior because they behave so perfectly outside in public around you and around everyone. What? They're not capable of that. Like, you don't live with this person. You better understand what's going on. Oh, no, I don't even believe it. My spouse even had the counselor convinced because they were so perfect acting. It was a whole different narcissistic scenario there. They threat to leave you if you don't do what they want you to do. I'm going to leave you, and no one's going to want you, or they're going to try to convince you they're going to hurt themselves, or tell authorities about something you do, or if you wanted to put charges on them because they put their hands on you or did something to you, they want to make you drop the charges by threatening you to release all your secrets about yourself to people. They hold stuff over your head. Or do they make you do illegal things? So we're back around the wheel here. But, whatever it is, there's always a way of escape. God always provides a way of escape, but you got to be willing to take it. So the things I see for sure is using isolation. In this particular situation, the person I'm talking about, to my person I'm talking to. They're controlling what you do, who you see and talk to, what you read, where you go, your outside involvement, and using jealousy to justify the actions. I know that goes on for sure because I've been the outside party to that. So, like I said, they build a big, tall, thick wall with them on the inside and you and everybody else outside, unless there's other controllers and owners of you inside there, right? but they're isolating you from your person. Your person cannot contact you in any way, shape, or form. Everything is shut off. Everything is blocked. Communication channels are closed. So if you want to communicate with your person, you better do it face to face, because there ain't no other way that it's going to happen. And if you don't want to communicate with your person, do that face to face. Say, listen, this is what it is. That's what it is. And we're not doing anything with this. And what it is, just, because it's just unfair to just think silence is golden. Silence is not golden. Silence could kill the whole thing. So release that toxic connection, baby, before it's too late. Witchy, switchy, snitchy, itchy, scratchy show is going to tear your kingdom down. The haters and traitors, the happiness haters. I'm just trying to say. Like, you're being so cautious with this thing. Looks like you haven't even given it the respect and the seriousness that it deserves. What God has given you. You don't appreciate it, and you don't give it the seriousness and respect that the whole thing deserves. So cautious with the thing. You should be running with reckless abandon into what God had for you, and be tiptoeing around the other energy that you're around, because that ain't nothing good. That's nothing good. And you got to realize that you deserve better. You deserve more. Pastor Brian, you said last night your Bible study, they don't even have to believe it. You don't even care what they think. They don't have to believe it. As long as you believe it and you go for it, so it doesn't matter. None of this matters, because nobody can stop God's will for your life. Happiness haters, destiny swappers can't stop it. No one can stop it. You understand? Not a soul. Not a soul. Not a fake person, copycat, shape-shifting energy who does dark, evil things to get what they want, at whatever level that is. Why would you want to be surrounded by that, let alone prop them up in front of your people? I keep saying the same thing, and I'm not taking it back, because I know I'm not wrong about that. All right. Well, that's all I need to say for now. Stand up for Jesus today. Stand up and be glad you're a Christian. Oh, stand up for Jesus today, right? Stand up, stand up, stand up for Jesus and shout, hooray, you're out of there. Woo-hoo, it's time to get on with this life, baby. Ain't got no time to play. Shucks. I'm past 2.5 years now. I got to go. I'm gonna go find me something to break the ice, doggone it. Gotta get this thing out of plastic. And if you ain't around to do it, then I gotta go somewhere else. That's all I gotta say. All right. Love you guys so very much. It's How We Flow Out Today community. And I'll come back after I have some rest, but that probably won't be today. And definitely won't be tomorrow. I got another 18-hour day. And, let's go pray, talk to Jesus. Have a little talk with Jesus. Tell him all about my trouble. He'll hear my faintest cry and answer by and by. Hear a little prayer wheel turning. Have a little talk with Jesus. He'll make it all right. Because I shouldn't have to go through all this. It's unnecessary. Unnecessary long-term suffering. It's been years and years of extra suffering for no reason. No reason, because people won't step into their greatness. But I'm believing, God, that you will. When the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen. Isaiah 60:22. I stand on that. But I sure wish you'd hurry up, because by golly, time and stress just chip away at a person. And I'm really tired of the time and the stress level. I really am. It's like, I'm holding up the bloodstained banner. I'm doing my job. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Doing my part. But, I teach college level public speaking courses. And so yesterday was our first day of class. And we have some projects, assignments that are labeled project this, project that. And so one of the students was asking and how, the grading is done and the scales for certain levels of, percentage of your grade for certain types of category of assignment. They said, so projects, because they have other classes, they have projects where they're group projects. Can someone else determine what your grade is, whether they don't do their part? And then it brings your grade down? I said, well, it's not any group project. We're not doing group projects, mainly individual projects. If it's a group project, everyone's going to be participating. So there's no way that they can bring the grade down. But much the same, we got a group project here where God paired you up with somebody and you're not doing your part of the project. And it brings the whole thing down and makes your other person get punished because you're not doing your part. That's what that makes me think of. I'm like, come on, we're a team. We got to get this thing going. And then we got to show everybody else how it's done. And what's so amazing what God can do, right? Some people don't believe it's possible, but we're going to show them. They'll be like, wow, if God could do it for them, he could do it for anybody, right? So we have some things that we gotta show and improve later, right? So let's go get it done. Making your person suffer longer in this isolation thing is just not fair. But I ain't gonna stay isolated any longer because I got some things I gotta do. I got some things to take care of. I need my prescription filled. So anyway, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, listen, Linda, don't let Linda and Lucy put no more spell work on you. Don't let them control you no more. Tell your own secrets. Don't answer no questions and go to no stupid little gathering where people can ask you questions about some false crap, unless you're going to say that it's false. Maybe that's your long game. But, I hope you tell the truth and shame the devil if you do go up there and say that mess in a couple of weeks. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Say it ain't what it looks like. I really thought that's all I deserved, but I was wrong. I didn't trust what I deserved when God gave it to me 6 years ago, but I believe I deserve it now and I'm worthy. Not that I'm worthy, but that God sees me worthy and fit enough to have his best. So I'm not settling for the chopped liver, right? I settle for the toys from the broken toy box. You got a brand new out the package thing for me, and I'm ready to get that thing. Yeah, dang. I want that thing so bad, right? I want it, but I don't believe I deserve it. I don't think I'm worthy, but no, you're worthy. You're going to break that thing out the package. It's going to be good, better, and best. So please come on, stop playing around. Y'all gotta step up in your life. Whose life is this thing? It's yours. Don't worry about what other people think, what they got to say. You be true to God and be true to yourself. That's all you have to do. I'm being true to God and true to myself, and I'm believing God that he's going to make this thing be what it is without any further ado. Because if I got to keep working 18-hour days, then that tells me you ain't doing what you're supposed to do. We gotta help each other here, right? So please, by all means, stand up for Jesus today. Stand up and be glad you're a Christian. Stand up and be glad. Do you serve the true and living God? If you serve the true and living God, you're going to go for his destiny for your life. We talked about that in the last video. I know people feathers got ruffled. But so what? You got to speak the truth in love. I'm here to speak the truth in love. People aren't going to tell you because either they work for you or they just don't want to say nothing to you about it. You'd be upset with them. But they think it and they see it and they know it. And they wonder if you see it and you think it and you know it and you haven't acted like you have or said anything like you do see it, think it, or know it. But please show the people, and moreover, show yourself and show the Lord that you do see and think and know what's really going on. The isolation and all of that that goes on. And break through that barrier. Walk around that wall 7 times and shout. going to come tumbling down because it's meant to. Then everyone behind the wall who was hiding their hands while they're throwing rocks and trying to destroy your life and keep you captive so they can suck off of you, all of them will be revealed behind that tall, wide wall that they've erected around your situation and yourself, keeping you from your destiny. And when the wall comes tumbling down, they'll all be revealed. And that's part of God's plan too. So that's all I got to say, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. Let the circus show end. All right. Circus started 3 months ago. We're done with that. No more circus outfits. No more masks and fake stuff. Just drop the whole thing. It's time to live and be your authentic self. Your authentic self. Not the authentic self that people want you to be, that you've been groomed to be, that you've been raised to be. The authentic self that God created you to be has nothing to do with anyone outside of you. No societal norms, no familial norms, none of that. None of that. Break through all of that. I've been saying that for a while. It's all about who God called you to be. It has nothing to do with anyone else but you. You have your own relationship with Him, as they should have their own relationship with Him. But none of that is any of your business. What they think of your decisions, none of your business. What they think of you, none of your business. Your business is you and God. And whatever God's destiny is for you, and He give you a destiny partner, that person too. That's it. The rest, let it fall where it may. Who cares? You can't allow yourself to care for all of that outside of you more than you care about yourself. And that's what we do a lot. People please, make sure everyone else is happy, even to our own detriment. Family, friends, anybody, coworkers, whatever. Relationship, lovers, whatever. We want them to be more satisfied than us to our own detriment. Will please others. And we got to come up out of that thing. It is not a winning deal. It's not a winning deal. In the end, you lose. You're on your deathbed. It's the end. And you never did anything that you really wanted to do. You never felt free enough to do what you wanted to do because other people had an opinion about it. Go back and look at my video in HowWeFlow.Today community. I think it's called I'm Stephanie Stallworth, and I approve this message in the spirit of the political season that we're in. You're not going for the popular vote, my friend, to win the presidency. The president doesn't win by popular vote. You lose. You can lose with the popular vote if you don't have the electoral college. To say it too fast. You don't have the electoral college, you're going to lose the presidency. So who cares what the people think? Your electoral college is the Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ Himself, the true and living God. And He already decided that you were to win. And He gave you who you're supposed to win with. And you still asking what the popular vote is. Stop doing that. Their opinion has nothing to do with you. Their opinion is going to serve them or based on their frame of reference for life. It has nothing to do with you. That's what they would do if they were you. That's what they want to see you do so you stay in your position so that you continue to help them. That's all for their benefit, including the shape-shifting, destiny-swapping, chicken head, tricking head. That's all for their benefit. That's all they want is to stop you from seeing who you really are and leveling up to your trueness of your fullness of your authentic self that God called you to be, because then they'll know that you'll see them for who they are and you'll just cut the whole thing off. Cut it off at the head. It's over. And that's what they fear the most. Not just them, but everyone around you that has been holding you back. It's creating the isolation and the mix-ups and the misinformation and telling you untruths about your person. And we said this before, every untruth that Chicken Head says about your person, those are all the things that they do. Everything that they know intricately about what they say your person does, none of it's true about your person, but they know all the details so well because that's what they do. That's who they are. They can spout off about what they do like the back of their hand, but they're going to act like with their mask that they don't do that, but they do that. But I don't want to keep talking about it because we've been through this so many times. We're in a year of making videos, and hey, I think you understand. Now it's just a question of whether you'll do or not do, and that's all it is, really, you know? So, power and control wheel, be doggoned. You better see all these things that's on here for what they are and move on to your own destiny, darling. And it's so beautiful. It feels so beautiful, don't you agree? If you love me, won't you say something? All right, so it's Stand Up with Stephanie Stallworth, AtlTrafficLady on How We Flow Today TV, How We Flow Today Community, and on How We Flow Today TV Network on the Flow streaming service. You can check us out at theflow.lightcast.com. Look for How We Flow.Today-TV and see these and other amazing videos to help you in your journey to self-care, wellness, the art of well-being, living your best life ever, which is your dream life. And your dream life is your destined life that God set up for you. And if you go just for God's destiny, your life will be but a dream. Okay. So let's go for that. Stop using the fake, false people living in the kiddie pool, and let's level up together, shall we? All right. It's time. All right. I got to do something. I don't know what, but maybe I'll wait for somebody to call me. Well, you probably can't call me because it's all blocked up, isn't it? Well, I don't know what to do. You ask God what to do, okay? And I'll just be waiting here, but not much longer. I need my prescription filled. And if you ain't the doctor, I got to get me another one. All right, darling. Love you. Love, hugs, pats, all of that, all of that. Mwah. Love, hugs, pats, heart eyes, everything. All the best. I'm here for you. I'm rocking with you. Till the wheels fall off. If you want to kick the wheels off on your own, then go right ahead. But you got to let me know. So I'll be just sitting around here for no reason, whistling doggone Dixie. All right, you people, my community of people. I love you all so much, so very much. Taking power control wheel down, but Google power and control wheel. You'll get this wonderful wheel here and several versions of it. And it will open your eyes. People are manipulators. People you least expect, or maybe you were raised in manipulation, or you're used to being around manipulation in the workplace or whatever, and you just think it's normal and it's healthy. It's not a healthy environment to be in. All right. So let's free ourselves from that. If we don't free ourselves from anything else, free ourselves from the power and control and manipulation and the people who want nothing more than to have power over you and control you using any of these and other tactics. Okay. These are just regular tactics. Then you add the spell work, the witchcraft, and the dark magic. Ugh, it just gets 10,000 times worse. And then you feel like you can't get out. And then they make you feel like you can't get out because you think I might as well just stay where I am. It's easier just to stay here than try to fight my way out and never get out of this web of intrigue and foolishness, right? But you will. Ask God. Say, God, be like, beam me up, Scotty. I showed y'all the picture in the video earlier with James Doohan. I had met all the Star Trek people when I was working at QVC. You all had big dinner and stuff. And beam me up, Scotty. James Doohan. You want God to beam you up out of that situation. Beam me up out of here. I can't get out of here by myself, Lord. I need you to do it, please. And then he will find you that way of escape. And you better take it this time. Stop questioning it. And stop asking other people their opinion about it because they don't want you out. They don't want you free. Because that means they can't be hanging on you anymore. But you don't need these people hanging on you. They're dragging you down. You can't fly. You can't get up to new atmospheres. Come on, Jason Upton. Going up to new atmospheres. Got to have new ears. Got to have new ears, right? We played that song on this show many times. Google Jason Upton Fly is the name of the song. And also Jason Upton Sings with the Angels. It's another version of that where it's the testimony of where there were angels singing with Jason on one of his live recordings or one of his live performances. Okay. But we're going up to new atmospheres. It's talking about the aerial view. You can't even see when you're stuck in that enclosure they built around you, like you a caged animal, like you in a zoo. They got you in an enclosure. People can see you, but they can't reach you. And in order to get out of that enclosure, you gotta fly like you were meant to. You need an aerial view so you can see everything, see all the lay of the land, all the traps that are set. You can't see it while you're down in the weeds, man. You can't do it. You have to fly, get that whole aerial view, and see all of the landmines, all of the traps that were set, all of the long game, all of the foolishness that you were subject to for all of these years. And when you see it, you're going to recognize it because you're not in it anymore. It's hard to see it when you're in it. You can't see the forest for the trees. But I need you to just come up out of that thing. Say, Lord, just get me out. Don't make me wait till a couple weeks till I got to answer these goofball questions for some fake falsehood, just to extend this fake narrative. That's not even what I even really want. So why am I even still going along with it? Because I'm still stuck here and can't see the forest for the trees. Ask him to snap you up out of that thing, give you the aerial view, the lay of the whole land. Who did what to whom, when, where, why, how, and how they got away with it, what they took from you, what they stole from you, what they did to you, how they damaged you, and how you're not the one that deserves any of that. And how they're not the people who deserve the goodness of you. Because you've transformed. You might have been toxic yourself, but you've transformed now. You worked on yourself. You did the work. These people ain't trying to do the work. They're just trying to ride off people's backs, right off your back, right off your coattails, right off of your name, right off of your stuff. They don't want to do the work to transform themselves into healthy individuals that can begin to manifest the stuff that God has for them on their own. They want to get it from other people. You can't be around that energy. You will never, ever, ever reach the fullness of who you are while you're around them low level, low thinking kind of individuals. Okay. And that's what's surrounding you in many of your areas in life. And God's trying to level you up. Give you a quantum leap, but you're not taking it because those people keep dragging you down. So please just clear. Let's be clear. You got to clear. God, give me a ejection seat. Before I told you in the video, you get the ejection seat, eject that person out of your vehicle, out of your space, out of your whatever, so you can keep going without them. But no, now you got to ask God to give you the ejection button for the ejection seat to eject you out of that situation like that. Boom, you're done. And then all of a sudden it's aerial view. You see the new atmospheres. Do you see what I see? Do you know what I know? Do you hear what I hear? Do you want what I want? That's a whole nother thing. And that's Jason Upton's song. Lyrics from Jason Upton called Fly. So please check that out, okay? We'll play it on the next video. I'm too tired to do all of that in the moment. I barely can even talk right now. But, wow, I've been on here 47, almost 48 minutes. So I'm going to conserve my energy for my next 18-hour day since I'm subject to that, since my person's not showing up for me yet. But I believe that you will. And then we can work this thing out together. Okay. So we have a more balanced life without all those highs and lows and crazy and who knows what. Just peace, just balance, just good, just the good, right? None of that eggshell walk in, don't know what to expect next, blaming you for all the stuff that they do, not feeling sorry for the things they do to you and how they victimize you and boss you around and abuse you and all that mess. You don't need that. I lived it. I'm not talking out of nowhere. I lived this whole entire life for 13 years. And I'm telling you, and anyone else who's in this, to get out. Find whatever ways you can get help to get out and get out. I'm trying to help you at least be aware of it, okay? So power and control wheel is what we're talking about today. We're also talking about stand up. Stand up for Jesus today. Stand up for Jesus and shout hooray. Ejection, fellas. Ejection seat. Thank you, Lord. Let's give God glory in advance because you better believe higher, honey. You believing too low. Dr. Brian said that last night. We believe for God's miracles too low. Come on, exceedingly, abundantly. Come on now. You know what it is. Go back and watch that from the New Birth platforms from last night. Group Therapy Bible Study. Dr. Brian is back. Back with a new series. Back with another banger series. So let's get it. It's going to be life-changing. And it's going to be stronghold breaking. All right. So if you're leading that thing, you should be the first one out the stronghold. And then you lead the rest of the people out. All right. So let's go for it. Let's go fight, win. Let's go. Let's fight. Let's win. Let's go fight, win. All right. Let's go for it. Love you so much. I'm going to go do something. I don't even know what. My head's just swimming at this point. I don't even know. I'm just so over everything. I'm just so tired. I need someone to help me. Lord, send in the reinforcements. Where are the reinforcements? I'll hold up the bloodstained banner by myself for another year. I can't do it. I won't do it. I will not. Anyway, I'm ready for my divine union. However it shows up, just let it show up. And the rest is going to be history. In Jesus' name we pray. And I believe God. Do you believe God? I believe God. I don't care what it looks like. I believe God. So Destiny Swappers, be darned. It ain't going to work. You might as well give up now. Thanks for being a placeholder and a seat warmer. You did a mighty fine job trying to mess things up. But guess what? Your time is up and it's time to move on. Thank you. And I don't want to see you there ever again. All right, you guys. You got to speak to these things. Speak to these things that are trying to stronghold you. They got to go. You're going to be out. In fact, you're going to leave on your own. I'm telling you now. You're going to leave on your own. Because you're surely not going to be wanting to be broken up with, so you're going to break up on your own. Because you're all about how it looks. It has to have a certain image, a certain way it looks. So I'm not going to look like they left me. I'm going to leave him, right? So the fake person is going to leave. The moment you say you're ready to leave, they can say, oh no, I'm leaving you. And then let that be that. If they leave you, they can give you back the jewelry. If you leave them, they can keep the jewelry. But either way, it's over. And let it be so. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Stand up, babies. Let's stand up for Jesus today. I love you. Waiting for you. Just a little longer. Then I'll find me a new doctor for my prescription filled. And I will see you guys on the other side of that high standing wall, thick wall that's coming down. And the fake people will be revealed that have been operating the strings behind the wall the whole doggone time. And y'all gonna be surprised at who they are. But it's always gonna be revealed. It will always be revealed. They will never get away with it. I don't care how much in a power position they are. As bigger they are, the harder they fall. They will not succeed. Your evil plans will not succeed. And God's will shall be done. All right. I love you. God bless you. Love, hugs, pats, all of that. Heart eyes. Love to you forever and love you forever. And you're going to have to do a face-to-face with your divine destined partner, because until you tear that wall down and all those blockages down, there's no other way to reach out or be reached. You understand? All right. I hope you understand me. All right. Let's do this thing. Love you. God bless you. Stand up.